In this video, we're going to go over Webmaster edits to articles once they are moved to the pending review status. So these edits are mostly going to be concerned with formatting and tags and categorizing articles, whereas Stacy or whoever is doing the copy edits for the article is mostly going to be concerned with grammar and making sure that the article is written in the Ian's voice and is up to the standard of quality of the other articles on the website. So us as the webmaster need to be concerned about other things rather than the copy within the article, which already should have been approved and already should be proofed. So at this point, I'm going to move over to the back end, and since we don't have any articles that are pending approval right now, I am going to pick on this article here, the holiday closing and winter hours update. So from this screen, we can see really quick when you're looking at the back end, obviously this is the status of the article. This is the author, categories, and tags. All of the articles on the website do need a category and do need to have tags. These are for two reasons. One, the category will add search functionality. If we are choosing between locations on the home page, the category is going to determine if that article shows up in a search for, say, Madison, Milwaukee, or Denver. So all of these articles have been categorized with the Madison category. Along the same lines, the tag functionality also works as a search functionality within the website. So these tags are going to appear on the bottom of all the articles, and you can click on each one of these specific tags, and it's going to take you to any other article that is tagged with those specific tags. So these are good ways to categorize articles within the page, but also to sort them and increase search functionality if you're trying to drive traffic to any certain articles. Obviously, if you click on fun or love or loyalty, that's going to take you to any of the articles that are listed under those tags. So as a webmaster, we have the ability to edit any articles created by any author. The people that are listed as contributors can only edit articles that are created under their name or articles that they author. So at this point, since we are going to be under the assumption that the article was already proofed for copy, we're going to go in and we're going to make our webmaster edits. So we would just click on the name of the article like normal. This is where the few things that we're going to look for are, one, the format matches the correct format for the article. This is a standard article. There wasn't a bunch of images added within the body of the copy here. It's just text, so we assume that that's all set up correctly. We make sure that the holiday closing and winter hours update, like, is this a legitimate title? Seems good. Right here you do have the functionality to change the URL of the article. So if you knew that the article was going to be something that you're going to be linking to often, you could change this to something easier to remember. Holiday hours might be an example of an easy link to article. So then if people have questions at the store or via email, you can say visit ianspizza.com/holiday hours for all of our holiday hours. Again, I'm not going to do that, but that functionality is there. Finally, more with the copy update edits that we would actually be making. We're not going to go in here and we're not going to change the text. We are going to assume that this is all the correct information. Might be worth just giving a quick brief look over and making sure that it is right, but at this point we're going to assume that that copy has been approved by the store and by Stacy or whoever is making copy edits. The final edit to any sort of content for the page is going to be down here in the blurb. The articles do need to have a blurb, otherwise it's going to pull the first few sentences all the way from the copy of the article. So what that's going to look like, it's going to look a little bit wonky on the home page. If we find this article, if we find this article on the home page, we're going to see it right here. See how there's not a clear message here. It says holiday closing and winter hours update, just as a heads up to everyone that will be more, ... We really want to remove the more here, or we want to make it so that that's an accurate update, whereas we're getting a t-shirt cannon, maybe, or 2014 best of the best. Help us pick the best pizza specials of 2014. This is all contained within the title and the blurb of the article. So one copy edit that we would make to this article might be, find out which days we will be closed this winter. And then when we update this article, that text is going to appear here underneath the title as the blurb. It'll just be a little bit more clean and concise message that we portray to people when they're visiting the website. The other option when dealing with the title and the blurb is where this drop-down menu is situated or stationed on the actual image for the home page. So we can see that most of these articles have the title and the blurb pinned to the top of the image. That is the default setting, so it's automatically going to set there. But when we look at an article like reduce, reuse, recycle, or the nutritional information, that title and blurb is pinned to the bottom. So this might be something that you would want to do when you see the orientation of the image. In this one, what is the most important part of this image? I would say it's probably the guy's face and not the guy's collar. So if we want to make sure that the face is always going to be visible, we would go back again to the top, or I'm sorry, into the back end of the article, and where it says title position, we would change from top to bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and update this article just so we can see the changes that were made. So while it thinks, I'm going to go back here to the home page, and right now we have the existing title with and there was no blurb added, and it was pinned to the top. So when I refresh this home page, it should update the changes that we just made. And if we scroll down now, we see the guy's head is popping up above where the title is. The red on the cap seems to be the feature of the image, so now that's always going to be shown. And then when we scroll over, the blurb of the article is has a little bit more to do with the message that we're trying to convey. So other things that we need to check for in the post before we're done doing any Webmaster edits. We did the title, we checked the copy, we talked about the title and the title position and the blurb. One thing is that some people might request images that are in the tall image for an article. So like the delivery zone and the current opportunities articles both have tall images, whereas almost every other article has a small image. In general, we're going to want to keep the articles to a small image, but if somebody does request, or if it does make sense that we need a tall image for the home page, something like a bigger promotion or something that we really want to push some focus to on the home page, this is where we would edit that from small to tall. And again, that would be included in the work request that you would do with Gusto. So finally, the last few edits that we as webmasters would make would be to ensure that the categories are set correctly. Again, this one is categorized as uncategorized, which is not okay. This needs to be categorized as the store or multiple stores that it relates to. Since this article is talking about Ian's Milwaukee, we're going to click Milwaukee, which might also be something to think about. Maybe it's worth mentioning in the blurb or in the title that, hey, these are only the Milwaukee store hours. Denver and Madison might have different hours. Or you could go in and you could have all of the store closings for each one of the locations added into this same article. Just something to think about. But as far as Webmaster's article edits are concerned, we need to make sure that the category is right. So this is an article pertaining to Milwaukee. And finally, that the tags are all correct as well. Again, we've been trying to move people towards choosing from most used tags or tags that we can reproduce or reuse. So in this case, obviously we want to add it as a Milwaukee, and any other tags that you would want to add, opening, or if there's a holiday tag or something along those lines. It might be something where you would want to go through and kind of edit out some of these tags that we probably shouldn't be using. Farmers versus farmers market, marketing, puppy chow, spring, Travis. These are all tags that have not been used very much at all, so those might be worth removing from the articles and adding in categories like store closing or something along those lines. So once we have the tags added, and it really is important that we do have some sort of tags with each article, figuring out what those general categories of the website are that we want tags to exist for could be a good project. Finally, just checking the featured image and making sure that this image is acceptable for the website. When you click on it, it's going to take you to the general media page, media library, and if we want to view that image in a larger window, we can click the Edit Media image, and it's going to just break it out so you can see it a little bit better. And here's some options that we're generally not going to be messing around with. With Gusto should be uploading the images for the homepage in the right dimensions, so this is not necessarily something that we need to worry about. But if you do want to see a bit larger picture, this is a good way to go to that. So that was just with the Edit Image button. Since this one seems okay, we're just going to close this window and not make any changes. If the image were larger than the actual box that we want to display it on the home page, you would go to the crop image, and then again you would slide this slider around and make sure that the image is cropped correctly for the home page. So if this image was twice as wide or twice as tall, we would reposition that slider so that this image is the most appealing on the home page. And once we've made the changes, you just hit crop it, and it's going to do a little thinking, and then it says the image has successfully been cropped. So those are a few of the changes that we need to be making on the pages as webmasters. Some contributors are better than others about making any of these changes, so a lot of these changes will be very minor once we get all the reps really trained very well on how to upload articles to the website. So again, making sure that the title, the copy, and the blurb not only exist but are relevant. Where the title position is on the home screen, is it aligned to the top or the bottom? Is the image going to be a tall image, an image that's really going to create a lot of focus on the home screen, or is it just going to be a normal small article for the website? Is the format added correctly? We don't have pictures that were supposed to be added into a gallery that were instead added just into the body of the article or anything like that. Is the category correct for the article? Does the category match the stores that the information is actually about? The tags, obviously choosing from the most common tags, but also making sure that the tags that we're using are relevant and do their job as search functions. And then finally, making sure that the featured image is not only approved, but cropped correctly and looks good on the actual home screen. So once we've made all the changes, we would click the Update button, and everything that we changed is going to be updated. At this point, it's probably best to work out some sort of system between you as the webmaster and whoever is doing the copy edits, whether it's Stacy or someone else in the future. Things that we've used in the past, you can kind of check the revision schedule here. You can see that I made some changes 8 minutes ago. Stacy did some edit 2 weeks ago. Andy did edits 2 weeks ago as well when he more than likely created this article. Something that you as an editor will have is the ability to add comments. So if you click here and you say, this article has been proofed for Webmaster edits. Okay, Adam. Or however you want to make your comment so that Stacy knows that this article is good to be updated. I mean, that's a system that you can make between anybody. And if you add that, it's going to appear in the article. Anybody that has editorial approval gets to see these comments. So that she could respond, or you could respond and say, oh, this article is on hold for a better image, or this article needs more research, or anything along those lines. So those are the main things, and once we have everything hit updated, we've edited it, and we've clicked update, then all those changes should be live on the website, and we can go in here. If we refresh the home screen, we're going to see those changes that we made to the title as well as the location. And if we actually go within the article now, we're going to see the tags that we added to the article. Again, these were some edits that we make as webmasters to any articles that were moved from draft to pending review.